Well, hello there. You are listening to Poppyland Radio and the Simon Pink Show. How you doing out there? Are you all okay? Yeah, I know it's a bit chilly this time of year, and put a vest on. That's the best way to do it. That was Peace and Love by a fantastic guitarist, singer, songwriter, Ash Wilson, who happens to be on Zoom with me right now. Ash, that was brilliant. I sort of thought Black Keys, maybe bit of one of the Kings, maybe Albert King style bluesy
Absolutely,
guitar on there,
yeah.
that sort of thing. That's what I sort of felt. Fantastic. Where was that all recording and done?
So, that particular tune, so Broken Machine, which that's from, was actually originally going to be a 12-bar blues album. And every song was supposed to sound like that one did. But it didn't in the end. As I've gotten older, I've become a bit of a champion for Jimmy Vaughan, Stevie Ray's brother. I absolutely love his stuff. And Peace and Love is a bit of a love letter to him, really. It very much inspired by Jimmy's later output. And what I wanted to do was record an album in a really organic way. So I think I was with Sean for 4 years, and my wife and I were going to start a family. And I thought, having never had children before, I didn't know how it would affect my life. And I'm a bit of a half glass empty kind of guy, to be honest. So I thought, I'm not gonna have any time to do anything when this kid arrives. So I need to record an album now. I wanted to record a solo record. If I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. This is what I thought. So I sort of gave Sean my notice and said, look, told him what I was wanting to do and why I wanted to leave it, because I didn't think I could do dadding, my thing, and Sean's at the time as well. I was wrong, completely wrong. But anyway, so I wanted to record, having gone through and recorded albums and demos and singles with other groups and gone to studios with songs and had producers and everything else. I really wanted to go back to basics and just go, I want a few people in a room. I want to react to that. And I want this really, really organic, exciting recording that, because
blues should be
as absolutely as blues should be. And at this point, I didn't really know whether I was going to release it or anything. There was really I had no label or PR or anything at this point. I'd literally just saved up some money, sold a few guitars, and went, right, I'm gonna do this. And so I got in touch with my brother Phil as usual, and my friend Greg, who'd been in pretty much every project I'd ever done up to this point. Yeah. But Greg wasn't available. So as I said earlier, I'd met Rog with Sean early on in my playing with Sean. And there was only I got 10 days in 1 August, maybe August 2016, 10 days where I was free and Phil was free. And I called Rog and he was free. So we went to a studio in Ollerton, which is near Newark, called Superfly Studios. And we had a very, 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 very lovely chap called Andrew Banfield engineer the record. And we kind of self-produced it. I would say really Phil produced it. If you really want to sort of say who was the captain of the ship, my brother was really. I wanted to go in with no material and come out with 10 songs, thinking 10 days, 10 songs, easy peasy. That isn't exactly what happened. And it isn't a blues album per se either, I don't think. I was very freaked out during the process because the first thing we did was, I think, Broken Machine, which
is not a standard sort of 1-4-5, is it?
Not at all, no. So, we then did another tune which didn't make the record because it just was too far out, which is this kind of like Toto 16th note shuffle drum groove type thing. So by day 3, I'm freaking out. So day 3 became Peace and Love. I remember it vividly because we got these 2 tunes that were way out of what. But Roger had a really good point, and I think we've even more so on this record kind of taken this mantra on, which is blues music is honest music. And in order to play with integrity, you've got to play what comes naturally. And, you know, I wasn't born in Mississippi, and I haven't really been through that much hardship, to be honest. I've had a few run-ins with women, but that's about it. So I kind of thought, well, okay, let's try that. And if people like, if there's an audience for this, then that's great. And if not, then, you know, never mind. But we had a great time doing it. And that was the intention. And what I found interesting about that was that as soon as we let go of the preciousness, it became fun, and it stopped being work. Because in the past, I had songs were strategies. Coldplay have released this new thing, so we've got to write a song like that, or you know, and in order to get a record deal, whatever that is, because that's what we need, a record deal. You know, my whole 20s was basically spent either fitting wiper blades, teaching 17-year-olds, or trying to get a record deal. So this there was none of that for this. So we did the 10 days, and we had I think we had seven songs or 8 songs. And no lyrics, no melodies, just backing tracks effectively on this hard drive. So we went to my mum and dad's house, and we turned the airing cupboard into a vocal booth using towels and duvets. And
I love it.
I bought what's called an SM7, which is a reasonably priced microphone that has been used on. I mean, I think Michael Jackson used one on Thriller, which I find outrageous when you think the budget they must have had for that record. Yeah. But it's, you know, it's a decent sounding mic, and we did all the overdubs. Jesse Davey very kindly lent me an amp for the recording and a few pedals, and we set to basically make these backing tracks into songs. Which was great fun. And by the end of it, we'd realized that there was a couple that they weren't going to fit, so we booked some more studio time and went in with some demos, which I think was what became Words of a Woman, and then Out of Time, which is totally live. So Out of Time and Words of a Woman are all completely live, other than the backing vocals. So we flew Bob over. Did we fly Bob over? No, Bob was still living in the UK. So Bob just came to the studio. I mean, it's incredible what Bob did, because when we got all the songs done, bar Words of a Woman and Out of Time, Bob lived in Lincolnshire. Incredibly, lived in Lincolnshire as well.
That was handy.
I know, it's unbelievable. And Phil and I went to his with a laptop and an interface. And in Bob's old front room, he had about 8 different types of keyboards and organs and clavinovas, and he did 8 tunes in an afternoon.
Brilliant.
So he pretty much recorded all his parts in a day, which I just think's outrageous.
I'm going to have to listen to another track off this album. In fact, seeing as it's Broken Machine, the album, let's listen to the track Broken Machine.